Dan, I got 3 things to say to you right off the bat.
All right, I'm ready. What are they?
Yeah, it is ho, ho, ho.
Yes, it is the season, isn't it? Here we
It
are.
is Christmas 2023.
Wow, can't believe it's already here.
And if no one has said as such, I would like to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, happy whatever holiday everyone out there celebrates. It's good enough for Dan and I, but we wanted just to tell everyone that we are here. We are the world's largest firewood podcast and cause for celebration.
Yes, happy holidays to all. Merry Christmas, New Year, all that fun stuff. Here we are.
Yeah.
Although I will say it's been difficult to get into the, what do you want to call it, the Christmas spirit, because we have not had snow since the end of October.
Wow. We just had our first snow event. Now, specifically where I live. Now, our weather's in the wintertime is heavily controlled by Lake Erie. So I could probably drive 2 miles this direction and there's no snow. But we got about 6 inches on the ground right now. It came overnight. So this is, quite honestly, this is our first snow in 2 years, because last year we didn't get any snow.
Holy moly's. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
so you might have a white Christmas down there in Ohio.
No. Tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 50s, and we're supposed to be in the 40s and 50s through the rest of the week.
No.
So, yeah, Christmas is on a Monday this year, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you're a firewood delivery service and self-employed, every day is a holiday.
Maybe you need to quick, get the presents wrapped and have your Christmas celebration tonight when you got the snow on the ground.
Right. Yeah. Or I should also say no day is a holiday. I think everywhere I go to is closed on Christmas. And I don't really deliver to anyone who is dependent on firewood for heat. So I don't get like any, calls where I got to come through for the person. I do for restaurants, but like I said, they're not open on Christmas. But I've delivered firewood on the 4th of July, on Father's Day, Memorial Day. You just do what you need to do. It's like when you're self-employed, it doesn't matter as much as when you are working for the man.
Right.
Working for a real job here, as I use my air quotes.
I was going to ask you about that. How, don't you mean every day is not a holiday? Because if it was a holiday, you'd be off. You wouldn't be working.
You're catching on to my little secret here,
yes.
Right? I've already made it to where I refuse to work in the rain, although I did this year too. I did a video of it. And people think, that's a pretty good idea, but I think it's a genius idea, because that gives me half of the year off here in Ohio, because it rains all the time.
Yeah, that would be, but yes. So you've never had like a Christmas Eve delivery, like you could wrap your logs in bows.
Really, yeah, nothing really sticks out. I think I would have remembered that. I was just saying this to my wife the other day. I didn't know what day it was. I asked her why, she was late going into work. She says it's Saturday. And that was like the first thing I noticed with self-employment is you lose track of what day it is. Because when you go into the office every day, everyone knows what day it is, and especially on Friday, because you're out the door the moment the clock strikes 5. But, self-employment, you lose track of your days. And then like the holidays, I'm not saying that they don't matter, because certainly they do, but they don't matter as in relation to executing your job task.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You probably don't have those days that where the days feel like a Monday, or it feels like a Thursday, or it feels like a Friday. You probably don't have that, do you? Every day is just whatever.
Every day is a holiday. Here at Ohio Woodburner, we celebrate Christmas every day.
Wow. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have really not even, and there's really no excuse for this. And I don't know how like you are, but maybe for our people out there listening to the Woodhounds, the older you get, um, the the value or the impact of gifts seem to lessen. Now there might be something special, something important, but like my wife and I just have this agreement. I tell her, I got everything I want. Don't buy me anything. And she says the same thing. But we still get like something, you know?
Right. Yep.
But it just seems like the older you get, the less you spend on presents, on gifts. Are you that way?
Yeah, to some degree. I mean, I'm in the same position. Like, if there's something I want, it's something simple like socks or like some slippers or something, something just simple and
Oh,
easy that
you
I
are you
need it
serious?
because like I can put it to use, but it's not like something where when I was younger, when I was a kid, I would always like want something cool and exciting, and now, whatever.
Yeah. So are you serious? You wear slippers?
Well, yeah, the instant, like, so this year
Oh
I
wow.
wanted like a pair of those insulated Crocs. Have you seen those? They're so nice. But the problem
Uh
is that the size, like, I have weird shaped feet, so I have really wide feet. So if my wife goes out and buys me a pair for Christmas, I know I'm going to end up having to take them back to get the right size. So it's like I should just go buy the things myself.
wow. Well, your secret is safe with me. Yeah, I do not wear insulated Crocs because I am from Ohio and we don't do those kind of things down here. Yeah,
uh,
wow. Yeah, it just seems that's the case. We don't spend as much on Christmas. We still have the tree up. The daughters come home from college and we still celebrate, but it's not as much of a as a as a boondoggle as it was in the old days.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think if there's something that I want and I need, I would rather go and pick it out myself because then I know it's exactly what I want.
Yeah. That's funny too when you are looking. I'll like surf the internet, like I want to get my wife something, gotta get something. And then you like, oh, I could use this. Wow. Gosh, I think I'm just gonna buy myself that. I do that all the time. But we're not a I don't know how to say this. We don't live a Spartan lifestyle, but we don't spend a lot. We have a nice house, but if you come inside, we still have the couch from when I was a bachelor. Um, those kind of we don't spend a lot of money on things like that. We
Yep.
our money is we're planning for the future, but we also take care of the kids and stuff. But I don't know. It's then you just get into that habit where you just not in the habit of buying stuff. So we don't really buy a lot of things. If the economy is suffering around here, it's probably because of us.
So you don't have any big ticket items on your Santa wish list other than, well, let me wait. I'm guessing the V pack is probably one thing that you would
Yeah.
you wouldn't mind having on your wish list for Santa to bring and deliver to your wood yard.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. There was some chatter about that because I've been talking about building my bundle business, increasing the size of it, and then I'm doing a video on the V pack, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. There'd have to be so many other pieces put in place before I were to do something like that. And now I'm starting. That's the type of people I criticize. Who won't go into business until all of the pieces are in place. But but in this case here, I mean, I'm going in this direction, and to take it in that direction, I would need electricity. I'd need a roof. I would need a box truck. I would need a heck of a lot more logs than what I'm getting right now. You know, I'm good with what I'm doing right now. I'm not saying the answer is no, but I got to be realistic here. I still got Ohio wood burner to run.
Those are all minor details. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Just the little things. You're sweating the
Uh-huh.
small stuff there, Joe. Come on.
Yeah, small stuff. Wow.
Well, what is one thing that if Santa could bring you something for the wood yard, what's one thing you
Boy,
wouldn't mind
it's
getting
yeah.
or having?
I could probably use a conveyor. I see a lot of opportunities for one of them. That'd be kind of cool. Um, I think maybe a lot of little odds and ends. I could use a volunteer, emphasis on volunteer because they don't require to be paid. I would,
Non-paid
but
laborer.
yeah, I would want a volunteer that is as strong as and has the same work ethic as outside with Shibe,
Oh, yeah.
but would look like Jodie Foster. Am I asking for too much here or what? I don't know.
Wow, that that is a very interesting item to have
Yeah.
on the wish list.
Well, I had been inspired by you and your roof. Now I have a carport that's in the works. I'm going to put one over top of my processor. But you know what I see is these shipping containers, which I have one that I bought off of Container One.
Yes.
I would like to get a second one because they make those big hoops, those hoop houses that span the two of them, and they
Yes.
create that big roofed area, 40 feet long. Man, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have actually saw a few of those kits on an online auction up here, and those are very nice because then what you can do is with your shipping container, kind of like cut out the sides of it that are facing inward
yeah,
and increase your space inside as well, and have a
yeah.
lot of working area.
I love my shipping container, but I will be honest with you, I get kind of creeped out when I go inside of it because there's only one way in, there's only one way out. And I saw you saw it happen to Peter Brady and the Brady Bunch when he got locked in Al's meat locker. I mean, worse things can happen.
Right. That would be, I would be in the same position. I'd get a little concerned. Like I would, if I had to walk to the back of that thing, I'd make sure I got back there and out right away. I don't know. I'd have a weird feeling about it.
Yeah, I do. When I unlock it, I put the padlock back on it so that if it were to like blow shut, which they have done while I've been in there, it's kind of creepy because you never know what's going to happen. I put that padlock on there so that the second door can't close,
Yep.
but it's still kind of creepy. It would be nice if there was like right in the dead center broadside of the one side would have like big barn doors on it.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I've
Yeah.
seen. I've seen those, like the inward facing wall over those hoops, the hoop house on top of the containers kind of
Yeah,
has something
that
like
would
that.
be cool. And then like the second one, I could use for storage, for bundles or for
Yeah.
um, specialty woods that I just want to keep out of the weather. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You need a shipping container. Do you need something for storage like that? Secure storage? You worry about people breaking into your place?
No, but I do have a shipping container on my list as well, just
Do
to
you?
put alongside the carport and increase, storage, but not so much like the lock secure storage, just more,
Yeah.
I guess, covered storage and covered working space.
Love the shipping container. I know where you can buy one. Tell them I sent you. Well, they might charge you double.
I'd have to pay your bill. You still owe them. No, I have a
As
place right
one.
up the road that has them actually,
Oh wow. All right.
but they're
Yeah.
still, I don't know. They're a
Well, your
lot
neighbors
of,
like it.
well, that won't
Maybe
be
maybe
that
you're
big.
zoned and you can't have something like that.
No, I've looked into it. It's just that for the cost of the container, I could almost get another carport the size that I have.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
downside.
But you would never build another one because you've already experienced that and you're not going to do it again.
No, but I could have someone else build it for me.
So what else do you want? You want a shipping container? What else would you love for Santa to bring?
I have on my list a possible replacement for my tractor. Something a little
Really?
bigger, something a little more, well, not necessarily bigger, but more capabilities, more functionality.
Uh-huh. Do you use the PTO of your tractor? Well,
No.
I guess you do for your processor.
The
No, no,
PTO?
no, no. You don't have a PTO driven processor anymore, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. So if you don't need a PTO, you don't mow with your tractor, you don't brush hog, you don't snow blow, you don't do nothing like that?
No, 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 and no.
Huh. Well, then you don't. You should get one of those articulated ones. Bobcat makes one, and that company from Finland, Avant,
Avant. Yes. Oh,
the green
yes.
ones.
Yep.
Those things are neat because Marty had one at my open house. Well, you drove it, didn't you?
Yeah, and I had one here on demo in the woodyard for 2 days.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Yes. Oh, they're nice.
Those are neat, and they're much more maneuverable. They can get around tight spaces, and man, they lift.
A
They lift
lot.
so much more than what you think they can.
Right. And that's one of the big things that just impressed me the most was the ability to lift, and then the little thing, and I'm sure you could maybe some tractors have this, but the self leveling uh like forks or bucket. So
Yes.
when you lifted the bucket in the air, it would like stay level.
Right.
So and so would the forks. Just little things
Yeah.
like that. I was really impressed
Totally
with.
agree. I am very impressed with those, but I need a PTO. I still want a tractor. But I do see that, they're a very interesting machine. The other thing though is that they're pricey,
Yeah.
which when Santa brings it, you don't have to worry about that.
Well, that's the big thing that is the one factor with that comes with those. Yes, they do have a kind of a high price tag.
Right. Yeah, they do. Okay, so you want a shipping container and you would like a different type of loading machine. How about one of those walk behind ones? They're smaller, but you can get your work done with those.
Yeah, but those I don't know if they lift as much, and that's the big thing. Like moving big logs around.
And they're
Yeah.
expensive too. They're
Right.
pricey.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, as I sit here talking to you, I don't know what else I could I could use. I like the way my system is right now. I do see a problem coming down the pike though with my waste, and my pile keeps getting bigger and nothing's going out. I'm sure that there is a ton of solutions out there. What I probably should do is take the extra effort to try to start selling my big tubs of sawdust instead of just dumping them on the ground, or spending more time digging out all of the kindling and scraps, that could be sold, and the other smaller stuff that could be sold as like mulch.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, but I don't. There's just some things I just can't get done, and that's one of them. But that's going to be a problem coming next year because I've seen how much waste I've generated in, well, less than a year, because I started, production in May, and it's a pretty big pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't couldn't you just take your sawdust and kind of do like that one movie, The Shawshank Redemption, where you kind of spread a little bit out around the yard somewhere else each day, and
Yeah.
just go to
The
your
Great
neighbor's
Escape.
lot and
Yeah.
spread a little bit here, spread a little bit there.
Yeah. The landlord will come through one day and he'll say, "Where did all my gravel go?" Yeah. I got some cleanup to do because I got pretty full with logs last year, and log hauler Jesse had to lay those 2 extra loads off to the side. And that was like my main concourse. I just have a vision for it. And it's kind of junked up now, with bark and scraps and sawdust where I had to cut on them. So I got to get all that cleaned up. I could probably use one of those land rakes that go on the back of my tractor.
Yes.
Maybe I need to contact my friends at Titan Attachments and see if they can hook me up with one.
I think that would work pretty well down there. Yeah, just scrape all the bark and debris up and burn it. I'd burn it, man. I'd have a big
Yeah. Uh,
bonfire.
yeah, but as where I'm standing right now, I got the Easton made axis and I love it. The only thing I would change about it is electric start. Because I got the pull start, the 14 horse, And if I can't get that started after like the 10th pull, it's not going, it's, I'll go, I'll go do something different because that's all I got, man. That's a really hard pull. The Yappa is fine. I did have that hiccup where it was running kind of bad, but I got that figured out and I'll be doing a video on that.
Oh,
Yeah, my
nice.
trucks, knock wood on the trucks. I think what I could really use the most would probably be another delivery truck. You know,
Ah,
one that like those newer Fords are aluminum, so mine's really starting to rust. Um, and it's two-wheel drive, which is fine, but like on a day like today, it is not fine. I my four-wheel drive truck, it can go anywhere, but I've rarely ever had it in four-wheel drive, so it's just kind of weird.
I just had a vision. I think you should get the Tesla Cybertruck, and then you should get a incinerator to burn your scrap to generate power to recharge your Cybertruck.
There you
Boom.
go. Why
Yes.
do they call those things trucks? Where's the? It does it have a bed on it? Because I've never even
Yes.
seen it have a
It's got
bed.
a
Where
huge
is it?
bed in the
It
back.
does. When I see it, it's just shaped like a flattened triangle. I don't see a bed on it.
The whole like back window rolls up, or the whole back panel rolls up and exposes the bed
Oh,
underneath. And it's actually, I think, larger than your standard pickup truck bed.
uh huh. Yeah,
Yes.
interesting. I
Yes.
saw one. I saw one on a YouTube short the other day. I I'm very hypocritical here. Okay, I I believe in electric vehicles, and like I believe what Elon Musk said. We're going to run out of fossil fuels one day. So what are we waiting on? Um, but at the same time, I love my internal combustion engines, and I don't know if I'd ever own one. It just seems like they are not as practical in my part of the country. They would be better in areas where it doesn't snow or the temperature is more moderate
Yep. Oh yeah,
than
totally.
here. Yeah, because I think if I had an electric vehicle, I would want it to be charged with solar instead of plugging it into the wall.
Yeah.
But again, the sun doesn't shine much here in Northeast Ohio.
Oh, I just thought of another thing I'd want. I got to
Yes.
backtrack. Add this to the top of my list instead. And I don't know if you saw on one of my most recent videos. I think maybe last week or something. I was up at Rick's Woodyard using this big conveyor table to bring rounds up to the splitter. Oh
Yeah,
my
I saw
goodness.
that. You like that?
That is what I would need. Yes.
Interesting.
Just being
Yeah.
able to load it up with a huge amount of rounds and then feed that up to the splitter instead of individually one at a time using the log lift to bring each round up.
Yeah.
It was nice. Very nice.
You you and me, independently of each other, both saw and appreciated that machine at the Paul Bunyan show. It was from Australia. It was like a big vertical guillotine
Yes.
kind of a splitter, but it wasn't that as much as it was that had that giant hopper that you could dump all of your rounds into, and a
Exactly.
belt and the belt pulled them towards you.
Yes. That
Uh-huh.
is the cat's meow.
That is kind of cool.
Just
I
because
guess you're
I've run into just this, I have a whole pile of rounds and it seems like I'm using the log lift just one at a time, and having a huge hopper to bring them all up to you would be
yeah, it
ideal.
would be cool. And that's what really wears you out the most, I think, when you're splitting logs is, muscling those rounds towards the machine.
Well,
When you start, you got them all piled around you so much that you can't even use your lift because there's all these other rounds laying on top of it. And then by a couple, like a half hour in, all your rounds are in the other county and you got to walk all the way out there and start rolling them up towards you again.
Well, I
So,
position my splitter to be slightly downhill. So, like moving the rounds to the machine is the easy part. That's why I give that job to my wife. But like running the machine is the difficult part. Pulling the levers, I tend to do that. But
yeah,
the rounds, they are round. They roll on the ground. I mean, it's not it's not that hard.
yeah, yeah,
Just something
yeah.
I don't want to do.
So, Dan, this is just kind of fun. When I say that, I'm good, I'm good. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. If I get anything, I would just prefer to give it away and give it to someone else that really needs it. But it is still fun to, you know, fantasize,
You're
I
right.
guess, dream about what, if you had the magic wand, what could you get?
Well, hang on. Let me recall that delivery that I have scheduled to end up at your place for Christmas. Since you don't want anything, I'll just bring that on back. No, I'm the same way. I've got pretty much everything I want, and I'm good. But it is fun this time of year
Sure.
to just get in that the spirit of the season and think about
Yeah.
what would I like to have.
Uh-huh. I want that poof button still. I can get rid of all this snow.
Ah, yeah.
I have deliveries, and I don't tarp my wood, but I do when I know that I have a delivery going out and snow's coming, I'll cover it up just because I don't want to have to deal with the snow in my gloves loading the truck and all.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, Joe, um, if my gift doesn't arrive now, don't be too sad. But I would also
Okay.
like to extend to you and your family a very Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you.
Hopefully,
And the same
hopefully,
to you, Dan.
even though you don't want anything, hopefully you get everything you do want, or
Yeah.
maybe you're surprised. Maybe you get a little surprise this year. I don't know.
You think? All right. Well, if I do get surprised, I'll let you know.
All right.
All right. So we, Dan and Joe here at the Woodhounds, want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening to us babble. And we would all like to wish you all a happy holiday. And whatever you celebrate is good enough for us. And we wish you having the best one ever.
Yes. And Joe,
Yes.
next week is the last episode of the year.
Yeah,
It's gone by fast.
it has. And then we'll be quickly creeping upon our 100th episode.
Yes. Oh, some big things to come in 2024.
Yeah, we had hinted about it at the end of this year, and a couple things got rescheduled, but we hope to bring an even bigger and better 2024. But more
Indeed.
about that later.
Yes. For now, thanks for tuning in, everyone, to the #1 firewood podcast in the world. And as Joe mentioned, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy your time with your friends and your family.
That's right. And we want to tell everyone out there to stay
Safe,
and be
cool,
and have
a great day.